behavior? And if not, what needs to change? Mr. Campogni, you're going to go first on this.
Okay, so the short answer, and this is based off the communication I've had with parents, is no, we are not doing enough. I will tell you, I will be the type of school board member that 100% focuses on this problem because this is where my background is. I ran at-risk youth programs where we served 145 youth per day, and we never had a weapon incident or a fight in our program because it's about a balance of accountability and inspiring change. And what I mean by that is if they break the policy or they break the rules, there has to be accountability, and you need to have strong leadership on site that knows how to handle when that issue occurs. Don't just send the kid right back into the classroom. But then if you also want to solve the problem, you need to find out what's at the core of the problem. We have enrollment declines. We shouldn't just be moving the problem until we eventually move the child to Florida virtual school where they don't even have a computer and then they fall behind even more. So we need to balance compliance versus change, have accountability, but then also find out what's leading to the issue. And one more thing about behavior and equity. If you want to talk about equity, a really good way to determine how equitable a school is versus another is how many people that student have fighting for them. In those schools where those students don't have a career coach, a mentor, programs with wraparound services, we need to make sure that we're allocating resources to have that happen. That's an amazing stop sign. Thank you, everybody. I love this topic.
Mrs. Douglas. What was the question? Bad behavior. That's one of the reasons people are pulling the kids out.
Bad behavior, I'm on that one. In the classroom, it is a problem. But the problem is not just in the classroom. It's in the hallways, the cafeterias, the playgrounds, the courts, wherever the children are. And it's really not many children. It's probably 2 to 3% of the population that is disruptive in that regard, but then there's 20% that will follow them. You know what I'm saying? So if we pull and call the leaders and have real communication with them, have real work with a counselor or a mentor, we can make a difference. The behavior cannot be tolerated. We will not put up with bullying. I do not tolerate it in my classroom. As a board member, I will not tolerate it. We also need to make sure that the board supports the teachers when they call for help. Don't be told, oh, you called 3 times this week already. That nonsense has to stop too. If a teacher needs help because the students don't behave, there should be no ramification for the teacher at all except someone showing up to help that teacher.
Ms. Peters.
So there are a couple of things at play here. Well, bad behavior should not be tolerated by anyone. Number one, there's a cultural problem that is not being spoken about. And when I was a kid, if I misbehaved, oh man, my parent didn't care what I had to say. I was getting smacked. So I'm not saying that that's the answer. But it has shifted so far the other way where when a teacher tries to have a parent meeting and the parent thinks their child can do no wrong. I'm sure none of these parents in this room do that. You guys are all informed and engaged. I'm not talking about you. But the teachers aren't getting the support and protection they need. We also have another thing, which is called the IDEA Act, which is a federal act. And any child who has an IEP, a 504 plan, or any of the things that fall underneath the IDEA Act, which is a federal act, it was written in 1975, it was amended once in the 90s, and it was only amended for some slight verbiage. It was not, and needs to be amended for the behaviors that are happening today. When it was created, it was for children with disabilities. We have come so far in another direction. That is one place that we can start, and that will help support the teachers who are dealing with a lot of bureaucracy regarding that, and that's just one piece of the puzzle.
All right.